What is up YouTube, Jameless here, and in this video we are going to upgrade the SD card for the Sensecap M1 miner. To get started, we're going to need a few things to do this upgrade. First up is a Phillips head screwdriver of about this size. Next up is the SD card reader, or if your computer has one you should be good, but you need that. Then the micro SD card itself. As you see, this is a 128 gig micro SD card. I'll have a full spec list for what you need in the description, so make sure you check it. And then of course the Sensecap itself. We'll be removing the two screws right there. And finally, you're going to need a computer, whether it's Windows or Mac. We are using Windows for this video. So let's go ahead and get started with this process. Okay, to begin, we're going to need to take off the front panel of the Sensecap M1. To do so, you just got to remove the two screws on the front. Okay, now let's go ahead and remove the front panel, and as you see, this is the inside of the M1. The SD card is on the left hand side. As you notice, it will look slightly discolored. That's because there is a piece of tape covering the SD card. So just remove the tape and try to get the SD card out. It's kind of hard if you don't have nails, but be careful you don't damage any other component. Okay, now that we got the old SD card out, we're now going to go to the Windows computer and begin swapping files over. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now we're going to do the software portion of this video. Everything you'll need is going to be in the description, so go there and download the software. Once you do that, plug in the SD card like so, and then Windows is going to automatically open the window. Once that happens, we're going to drag this very important file, config.json, onto the desktop. This file is crucial as it is responsible for allowing you to connect to the blockchain. Without it, you will not be able to connect back to the blockchain. Once you drag the file onto the desktop, close the window, and then safely remove the SD card from the computer, like so. Once you do that, we're going to insert the new one and begin the flashing process. Okay, now that we swapped to the new card, let's go ahead and plug it into the computer and begin the flashing process. Okay, now that the window's open, let's close it and use the special program that we downloaded. And now that the program's open, let's go ahead and load the M1 OS into the program. Then make sure the SD card you want to flash is selected. Then hit flash. Now based on your computer, this process can vary. I'm using an outdated computer, so this process for me is kind of slow. If you use a modern one, it will go a lot faster. I'm going to run this in real time so you see what happens when this flashing process is running. And I will be back once it is completed. Alright, we're almost done with this process. When it does complete, the window's going to open like so and disappear. To get it to reopen, we need to unplug the SD card and plug it back in. So let's go ahead and close the program and do just that. Okay, once we re-plug in the SD card, the window is going to reappear like so. And what we're going to do is drag that JSON file into the new SD card, like so. Once that is done, we are going to close the window and safely remove the SD card from the computer to prevent any file corruption. Alright, let's go ahead and remove it. And now let's reinsert the new one into the M1 miner. Okay, now we're going to put the new SD card into our hotspot. So let's go ahead and do that now. Also, if you want to, you can try to reuse the tape. The adhesive on mine wasn't strong enough, so I ended up not using it. But just make sure it is snug in there because you don't want it to come out at all. Once you confirm that, just go ahead and put the panel back on and screw in the screws. Alright, and that's it. That is how you upgrade your SD card for the M1 miner. Alright, that is basically it. There is some very important information in the description, so please read the description on how to resync back to the blockchain. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe as it really helps me out. And I'll see you on the next one.